Let's do a regular audio check.
Okay.
Just speak in your normal voice.
Yes! Is that good?
And let's do another check.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. The hills are alive with the sound of music.
I was literally just thinking that song.
Were you really?
Yeah. So we'll do 3, 2, 1. You're alive?
But don't you need to read that stuff?
Yeah, and yeah, isn't that dope? That's good.
Okay.
You're laughing.
Is that a bug?
What?
Is that a bug?
Where?
Right there?
No.
Okay. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am so glad that you are here and you stopped by. My name is Brittany and I am a Messy Bun teacher. I teach 5th grade in Middle Tennessee, and today is one of my favorite videos that I film, and it is the planning video. Last year, if you watched the planner video, I kind of went back and forth from the actual paper planner and a digital planner, and I will link that video below. It'll look like this or wherever we have it, over here. But I just kind of went with the pros and cons of the digital planners, which are amazing. There's so many out there. Just look on Etsy or TPT and you'll find a bunch. But I really stuck with the paper planner last year. I think it was because we were on the computer all the time because we had kids that would quarantine and we would have to teach them via Zoom. And so I know Brady and I were just like over technology by the time we were planning, and so we decided to go to Hobby Lobby and get a happy planner, and I really ended up using that. So this year is a little bit different. I know my intro is a little bit longer than normal, so sorry Joey. So this year is going to be a little bit different, and I'm excited to tell you, 1, what I'm teaching next year, because it's going to be different, and 2, what my planner and what I chose this year. So let's get started. Baby, you're worth the fight. Okay, so first of all, I am teaching a new subject this year. This will be my 8th year teaching. Cannot believe that. I have only taught ELA and history and science. Science was the very first thing I taught back 8 years ago, and I loved it. It was so much fun. It was 6th grade. And then I went right into ELA 5th grade and stayed there until I moved to Tennessee 2 years ago. And my first year at my school that I'm currently at now, I taught ELA and social studies, which was a dream of mine because I love history, especially American history. And I got to teach that 2 years ago. Last year, I only taught reading. Because last year was just different. Can I get an amen? It was different. This year, are you ready for it? Are you ready? Because I say it out loud and I still don't believe it. I'm teaching math. What? Never, ever, ever thought I would teach math. So there it goes again. Don't ever say never, because it'll probably happen. My friend and I, Lisa, she is our 5th grade teacher, 5th grade math teacher for the last 2 years, and she is amazing. I will link her Instagram below and also her farm. If you live in Middle Tennessee, she sells yummy eggs, all sorts of things. Anyways, she convinced me. I think the first thing she told me 2 years ago, because I would always tell her I'm horrible at math. And honestly, I've said this my whole life. And one day she told me, Brittany, you have to stop saying that. But I am. I'm not great with numbers. I've never been great with numbers. You said, but you're really good at solving problems. And I've always been good at solving problems. My family, I'm the youngest of my family, and they would come to me to like set up a hammock or this huge tent for my brother's graduation party. My parents couldn't figure it out, and neither could my brother. I could figure it out, and I was like 12. Not to like brag. I may not be good at numbers, but I'm good at problem solving. And she just changed my perspective. And she said, statistically, a lot of women say that they're really bad at math, and then if they have daughters or even sons, they grow up thinking that as well, or have that negative connotation towards arithmetic and math and algebra and all the things. And I never even thought about it that way. I thought, for me, it was kind of like my coping thing. If I was like adding something up and I messed up, or I can just say, oh, I'm not great with numbers. But that isn't a good lesson for our kids that are watching us, and even my kiddos at home or my students, because my whole teaching career, I would be like, oh, don't ask me any math questions. You need to ask, so-and-so. And this last year, I just stopped doing that. And I said, I'm a really good problem solver. And that's what math is. So she really changed my perspective on that. And she convinced me, like, you will be amazing in math because you did struggle. And you know about those babies that struggle as well. And you can really get down on their level and teach it to them to the way that they can learn and make it more interactive. So we're excited to work together. Brady's going to be teaching one section of math too, so it'll be the three of us. And then I do still have 2 classes of ELA, which I still love because it's my first love. Reading, I want to make such avid, strong, confident readers. And now I really feel like my perspective is changing and I want to make confident problem solvers. And I think my hope is our school shirt this year, I'm going to try and convince our principal to put I am a problem solver because we're all going to be doing RTI and it's going to be directed at math. Those of the students that really have like tier 3 reading, they'll still get those services, but everybody else is going to get extra math support because the gaps are so big due to the pandemic. So I think it would be so powerful for students to wear these shirts, for teachers. So we're gonna see if we can figure that out. That is a long story, but that is what I'm teaching next year, 5th grade math and ELA. So if you are a math teacher, I don't care what grade you're in, please comment below. Tell me what you love about math, your favorite resources, your favorite teachers to follow. Share your Instagram handle so you can, I wanna follow you, and if you're not following me, here's my handle. We can be friends and we can, share ideas and all these things because this is new to me. And I'm actually super excited. I think it's very important to bring in challenges in your career, especially when you're getting to that 8-year mark, 10-year mark, 15-year mark teaching. Bringing in some new challenges will really, of course it will challenge you, Brady. It will just help you think differently and just see a different perspective in education. And I think it's going to be a good change for me. So anyways, math suggestions, what's your favorite parts of teaching math? How do you teach fractions, decimals? Because I know those are standards in 5th grade in Tennessee. So, all right, to the planner, because if you clicked on this video, I'm sure that's what you want to watch. I have seen these planners on Instagram for the past, how long have I been on Teachergram? Oh gosh, maybe 5 or 6 years. And so I've seen these planners for the last 4 or 5 years. And I have always envied those that were getting these planners because for me, I was used to my comfort, which were the Happy Planners, and I could go to Hobby Lobby, use my 40% coupon, which they don't have anymore. I could see it in person. So I was like hesitant to get a more expensive planner and I wouldn't be able to see it and feel it and touch it, but I just jumped for it this year and I am so glad I did. I honestly have only opened it up to look at the cover. I got this like a month ago in the mail. I've been waiting to open it to show you guys. I'm not very patient and I have had to be patient. It's so pretty. I will link all of her things. She is called For the Love of Pie. And I love that because she's a math teacher. Ooh, I just figured out that I can have Pi Day this year, even though we don't really teach. Well, I guess no, I don't think we teach that. I can still celebrate Pi Day. It better be on a weekday. Man, that's a squirrel. Anyways, For the Love of Pie, I will put her website here. It is fantastic. And there are so many customized options that you can choose. You can put your name on it. There are so many covers to choose from. I had a very hard time picking because they're all so beautiful, but you definitely need to go check her out. And I believe she sells them all the way up until August. So I'm sure this is going to come out before August. So make sure to, if you don't have your planner, go check her out and see what sales or what kind of planners she has. She also has non-teacher planners if you are into that. So you don't have to be a teacher to buy a planner from her. If you have a life planner, she has plenty of those as well. And she has grade books that can come separately as well. But the inside is what I'm so excited about. You ready to see the cover? I'm being a little dramatic, but I'm telling you, it's the best. It's the best. And again, For the Love of Pie, go to her website, go to her Instagram. Look how cute this packaging is, like the little pie symbol, For the Love of Pie. And I'm going to show you what the inside is in a second, because that's the best part. Like, why am I about to cry? Like, I'm tearing up. It's just so beautiful. And the colors were exactly what I wanted. I love the whole rainbow, but I love the rainbow that's pastel colored, and that is kind of my vibe this year in my classroom. I don't really have a theme, but I always do colors. And so, I mean, can we just take a moment? Just look at the beauty. Can you just look at it? It's so pretty. And I'm telling you, if tie-dye is not your thing, they have all of the covers that you can think of. Flowers, crosses, dogs, polka dot, rainbows, stars, coffee cups. I mean, anything you can think of. And it's so customizable, which I love. And from what I'm teaching this year, and I know I'm going to have a few changes, I think this is going to be my best friend next year. Sorry, Brady, move on over. I'm just kidding, I love you. But for real, this is amazing and very good quality, very thick. And it has my badge in the back, and it's just so cute. I love it so much. Let's look inside, okay? Shall we? All right, so let's take a look at the inside. And there are a lot of add-ons that you can add to your order. And so I did order a sheet protector in the front, and my plan is to put in maybe our district calendar in there, or our schedule, something that I probably need to refer back to a lot. I'll put my contact info in here, and I'm telling you, the paper is very thick. The colors are so bright, very professional. This is nice, so you can look at the year as a whole, the dates, and I will probably color code these to our district calendar, which is going to be really nice to look at in one spread. When you go to the next page, this will be good for if you plan year round, which I don't really do just yet, especially when I'm new to math. What I think I'm going to do is putting in my power standards for the ELA standards and math standards, and I'm going to put like what standards I need to teach in the different months based on our curriculum guide. Actually, no, based on our district pacing guide is what I'll do it. And I think that's what I'm going to use that for. But if you're an elementary teacher, you can do it by units or special events in those months as well. This will be good for goals. This will be nice. Maybe you want to write down your goals for this school year, or maybe they're personal goals that have nothing to do with teaching, or maybe they're your students' goals that you want to keep track of. I think that's a really neat addition to that. So this all comes with it. The only thing I added was this sheet protector. I kind of wish I got the bookmark to kind of keep my place. I might purchase that. It was only $3. But this is good for notes. If you're like me and you go back in July, this will be good for staff meeting notes or any important dates, events that you need to write down, or student birthdays. I know there is a birthday section, but maybe you wanted to do it for each month. Really cool quotes. I love the colors that she chose. This is a good monthly spread that we're all used to. So here's where you can customize. I chose the 2 subject layout, and you can choose anywhere from 1 subject layout to 8. And I chose 2. I'm used to the 3 subject layout from the Happy Planners, and I liked those, but I don't feel like it gave me a lot of room. And I'm a little bit detailed with my lesson plans. Not so much where I write, every standard down and exactly what I'm doing, but I like to have enough space. So I think this is going to be really good. I actually chose this before I even knew I was going to teach math. So this will be nice for ELA and math, and to distinguish that, and also to be able to have room. And I remember Maniacs in the Middle, she put sticky notes here, especially when everything was so flexible for COVID, when they were hybrid and then they weren't hybrid, and they had kids, you know, that were sick and quarantined. And so she could literally just take the sticky note, and if she needed to push back her lesson, she just wrote it on a sticky note, took it off, placed it on the next day that she was going to teach it. So that was really neat. Hopefully it will be more normal planning this year, but I think I'm really going to like the 2 subject layout. I do have an RTI class that I'll be teaching, and we call our homerooms ACT classes. That's what we work on in the very beginning of the school day, and we work on social and emotional. So I'll probably add that to the top of every day. So this is the layout. Again, this is the 2 subject spread, so you can see that through. I'm not going to be teaching until August 2nd. We go back as teachers on the 26th, so I don't really need to use these as planning, but maybe I'll write down what I need to get done in these squares. Now in August 2nd is our first day of school. Oh, that's a Monday. Oh, I didn't realize that. Usually we go back on Thursdays, which is nice because you only have 2 days to get through, but that's okay. We're going to start in August 2nd on Monday. So I will put my lesson plans here. I don't know if I'm going to use stickers this year. I usually do for holidays to kind of spruce it up. I have a little bit of stickers left from last year, so we'll see. There's a lot of room, and I kind of like to make it my own, so I'll probably use a few stickers. So this is what it looks like for every single month. Notes, place to put birthdays or special events. Then you have your monthly spread and your lesson plan layout. The best part, you go all the way to the back. The teacher tab has so many amazing things. I am just, you could tell that she listens to her clients and her teachers that have given her critiques and like how this planner could be the best planner, and she really has listened and added so many cool things. So I will definitely use this because we have to change our passwords like every other month. So this will be nice to have. Class schedule and professional development, which is nice if you need to keep track of that, and events and trips, which hopefully we will take those this year, and conference schedule. This will be nice to have in front of you when you have your conferences, whether it's still via Zoom, which I kind of preferred. We actually did phone call and Zoom conferences, and I really liked them because it kept them on schedule. So who knows what that's going to look like this year. Teacher expenses. If you use this for tax purposes or for anything in your school, like if you have to turn it in at the end of the year, this will be nice to write down what you bought, where you bought it, and how much it cost. So, and you might need to, like if you have BEP money or money you get from the school, maybe they'll reimburse you. So this is really nice to have. Every teacher needs a checklist, so I will probably use this when I start setting up my classroom and the week we come back as teachers, so this will be very nice to have. Lots of checklists. All right, now we're on the student section, which is actually my favorite part. Student birthdays. Now, I normally have around 90 students. Last year we had all of the students, so I had 150. This year I will probably stick with 70 students, so we'll see what that number will look like. So I will maybe add some more birthdays here, but I definitely want to write them down this year because I didn't last year, and I hated finding out it was a student's birthday at the end of the day and tracking them down, hugging them, telling them a happy birthday. I just felt horrible about that. I want them to feel loved and celebrated on their birthday, and I want to write that down and make that a priority this year. So this is going to be nice to have. Contact list. If you are a new teacher, this is so important. I typically put my contact list online so I can just type it up, but this will be nice to have it all in one place. Make sure anytime you call a parent or a guardian, you write it down and well, actually this is what you will need for phones and phone number and email. If you need to contact someone, So I probably will do that as well, because sometimes I have to call like 4 or 5 parents, and I have to kind of look them up each. So I know that our attendance clerk will be able to kind of give me a long list of contact, relationship, phone, and email, where I can simply open this up and find their number. But this is what I was talking about. I really love how she displayed this. So again, if you're a new teacher, always document when you have spoken to a guardian or a parent. Write down the date and time, student, the reason. Maybe you were calling for a good reason or a discipline reason, or someone didn't turn in their big project. Write that down, and who you talked to. And then this will be nice. Did you talk to them in person? Email, phone number, or wouldn't that be email? Oh, maybe social media, that is. And to keep this is going to be very, very, very important, especially if you have, parents that continue to contact you. You can write that down and just document it. That's very important to do that. Volunteer list. Student health. I had a lot of 504s last year, so this will be very good. I made my own overall view and kept it in a binder, so I love this is going to be in my planner, and it will be vague enough to where I'm not putting out too detailed information, but I can quickly look at it and be like, oh yeah, this person needs this, or this person has these accommodations, or this person needs to go to the nurse to get their pills. So that way, at the first week of school or second week, when you're still trying to get to know your kids, you know their health information, which is very, very important. I will be having 2 inclusion classes, and if you're new to inclusion, it's where we have students that have special needs in the classroom, the regular ed classroom. Instead of a special ed classroom, they're not pulled out, they're included in, hence the word inclusion, which I absolutely love. And I have had inclusion classes pretty much my whole teaching career, and I have fallen in love with it. I think it's so important that students learn empathy and students learn independence, and how we can do that with students with disabilities, and it doesn't define them. They are not disability-led students. They are students that have these disabilities, but honestly, they have learned to use them as a positive thing and learn how to navigate through that. And I just love seeing that in a classroom. That's my soapbox. So I'm going to get off of that. This is going to be amazing. Again, I made my own accommodations list that I would bring out, especially with having 150 students last year. I had a lot of students that had IEPs. So getting it out, knowing who needs read alouds, who needs special seating, who needs a calculator, all those sorts of things. So this will be nice to have it in one section. You can even document it as MED 504 or an IEP, and what classroom they're in, what are their probably classroom accommodations like preferential seating and all those things. Maybe a student that can't see very well, they will need notes to be zoomed in or a bigger textbook. So you would write those down. Testing, if anybody needs read alouds, I can't talk anymore, and special notes. So I love this. So she gives you 25, another 25 student data. I will probably use this for our benchmarks to just keep track of that. I don't think I will use this as my grade book. Who knows? I might. But she gives you 35 of those, another 35, another 35, another 35. Now this is an extra add-on you can add to it. You get 4 papers. So you already get 4 of these, but if you want, you can get extra. Same thing with the accommodations and student health. Honestly, any of the extra teacher kit is what she calls it, that teacher set. These are included, but if you need extra, you can always add on sheet by sheet or by bulk, like if you need a lot. Seating plans, I probably won't use this because I print mine out, laminate them, and use dry erase because it changed a lot last year, so I'll probably do that. Notes. I love having notes, again, in this one book because I can just bring this and a pen to my staff meetings, and if I need to refer back to some data or to a phone call with a parent, it's all in here, and I can write down notes. You have a bunch of notes. I don't know how many, but it feels like about 10, and you can get extra if you want to, but I feel like this is going to be really nice. And then the last tab is checklists, and again, teachers love checklists. I love the fact that she gives you so many to use that I don't feel like I need any extra. So we'll see how that works this year, because next year I might think, well, I needed a little bit more, so I might add that on for next year. This is really nice to have. I usually use the Easy Grader slide card thing, and it is so old. I guarantee it's from the 70s because I got it at a garage sale, and it's falling apart, but it's sturdy enough that I can still use it. But if I need to, this is here, which is super, super nice. That is the end, and when you get to the end, here are all of her handles, so her Instagram handle, her website, and then her email for the Love of Pie. And back to this beautiful cover. I am in love with this, and I cannot wait to use it. Sorry if I rambled, but I'm so excited about this planner. It is my first time buying this planner, so I will make sure to film at the end of the school year how I used it, how long I used it for, if I used it every single day, what I loved about it, what I didn't love about it, and I'll make sure it's an honest review. But right now, I really think this is going to be the best planner for me. And if you're one of those that your planner is a sticky note pad, then more power to you. But for me, I need one booklet that will be just a one-stop shop for me. And I really love how she is a teacher, so she knows what works, what doesn't work, what's necessary, what's not necessary. And I don't need the fluff. I just need the basics, and I need especially the student section. That's my favorite because I can make it to where it is a priority for their birthdays, and the contact list and student health and all of those accommodations. I think is going to be very, very beneficial. And so if you have ever used For the Love of Pie planners, please comment below and tell us what you love about it. If you're using a brand new planner that's totally different, or a digital planner, I would love for us to just talk about what we love. And maybe you have bought a planner, but you never have used it. It always collects dust. I challenge you to use it this year and see what it can do for you, what it can do for your organization, and just do it for 1 year. And if you hate it, fine, go back to whatever you're used to, or don't plan. Maybe you run better on that. But I know for my personality, I have to have a planner, and I have figured out from last year, I love the paper and pen planners. So For the Love of Pie, I will put everything in the comments below, and then comment below on what your planner is this year. If you've ever used For the Love of Pie, I am so excited. I will definitely do a plan with me video very soon, since I'm going back to school soon. I'm fine. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know this was a longer one. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe and join the Messy Bun Fam, you should. And let's follow each other on Instagram. My handle is the same thing as my channel, A Messy Bun Teacher. And click the notification bell, and you'll see all of our weekly videos come out. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Life can be messy, but there's always joy to be found. Notification bell, thumbs up. Love you, bye. As an Amazon affiliate and an affiliate of other companies, my videos and content may contain affiliate references and links. If you buy something through one of these links, you don't pay extra, but I will get a small commission. Thank you.